Here we go. Let's try in English. 1896, King Rock. King Ed Rock. Always plays the plays the Dutch against the English. Okay, I think I will open this diagonal up for the bishop and pin that knight and exchange it if he kicks it. Okay, he's not kicking right away. Let's poke this pawn here. See if he wants to defend it or push it. It's not, yeah, he has to play a pawn move to defend it. It wasn't so convenient to defend. He could have put the queen here, but the two pawns were blocking the knight. Okay, so time to soften up this diagonal a bit. He didn't like that, so he pushed. Now this is supported by the knight. So when I take here, he has to take back with the rook or the bishop, which is not a problem. If I play d5, I guess he will push this pawn. I'll just take some things. Yeah, so I should try and find a way to undermine these pawns, but I'm not really seeing it. I mean, pushing this pawn is kind of the logical way to do it, but it doesn't, he just pushes back. Doesn't seem to help all that much. Yeah, let's do it. It's the logical move. Now, can I go here? He just will take it. I'll take back with the pawn. The knight will go here. I'll take the bishop. He takes. Probably I'm just losing a pawn. Well, let's see what he does. He's got to do something eventually with his pieces. Can't just keep huddled up here forever. Ah, he kicks my bishop. There we go. That's what I was waiting for. Then I'll block this pawn and then maybe undermine here. So he did want the knight there. That's interesting to know. So maybe I should have taken the knight earlier, so that I could get a knight here to this square. See, when I had the knight here and he kicked it, I could go here if this knight weren't defending. But like I said, he would probably have just taken back with the bishop. Okay, so where does this knight want to go anyway? Maybe back around here. I mean, of course, moving is not necessary. I could have defended it, I mean. But I thought I should just try and get it to a better space. It didn't seem to have any great squares to go to here. Yeah, let's kick back. Time to kick back. Okay, now I've got, oh, I'll just take that. Okay, so should I take the rook first, or should I let him take? I think I'll take. And put the rook here. Anyway, I was thinking maybe I can gang up on this pawn over here. He doesn't care. His queen can come into this square, I guess. And his bishop can go here. But as long as my queen is here, there's no mate. My pawns are on dark squares, except for this one, defended by the knight. I'm poking at this pawn. He could maybe bring his queen in now. Hitting my knight. Might be a little annoying. I could take it. Yeah, I could take this pawn, but then he will put his bishop here. So I'll take the queen instead. And how do we do this? I guess I will put my other pawn on a dark square. So now they're all on dark squares. He can't attack them with the bishop at all. I decided to run. Well, I can go back here. Oh, he's going to defend with the king. Yeah. I played that too quick. Okay, let's go ahead and play here. If he takes en passant, I will take. So he just locks it up. Now, can I get to this square? That looks like a nice square. I think I can. We did it. So I'm hitting this pawn, and I'm hitting this pawn. Okay, check and take this pawn. As long as I can move my knight around, he can't really do anything. Except he could come over with this king and try and take this pawn, but then I'll take these pawns over here, so should work out okay. I think he has to move his bishop back here. Then I can go back here and take this pawn. he moves the king, I can check here and take this pawn. Well, he's thinking. Yeah, he comes back here to defend. Oh, he resigned. Well, I don't think he should resign. It's a draw. Let's go to the analysis board. Oops, that was a mistake. Here, let's quit quickly. I hit the wrong button. I wanted to hit analysis board, and I hit new opponent. So, yeah, let's quick ask the computer. I think it's, oh, it says I'm ahead. Yeah, it says I'm winning. I guess, yeah, I'm winning this pawn one way or another. He wants me to go back here. I thought if I went back here, he could just retreat here. Yeah, okay. Then you have to go here. You have to go here. I don't know why the computer threw that in. But I thought he might get counterplay over here. I guess once I start mopping up pawns, then my advantage grows quickly. So I guess that was a win. Well, nice game then. Let's see if we can play maybe a rapid game. Okay, I've got black. Winston, 17. E4. Let's see, I did French defense last time. So, let's see. How about the Scandinavian? Okay, I'll play the Marshall. Is that the line? Okay. Anyway, I tried to recoup the pawn with the knight. This is a gambit that's actually good for black, so don't be afraid to play this one. And if you're white, try and avoid this. Actually, white can avoid the gambit by playing here. But yeah, taking there is actually good for black. You can verify with the computer if you like it. So let's pause here. I think the move I want to play is e4. You keep control of the dark squares, get the bishop out here. That's the usual plan. And then maybe even e5, depending on what he plays. So also maybe I should consider pinning this knight and then pushing this pawn. So he probably needs to play a move like h3. Although he could kick and kick, I guess, too. There's always that option. Okay, I want to pin the knight and threaten to push the pawn. Is there a better move? The other move is here. Just always a good move to bring this out and look at this sensitive square here. But that's what I always play. So let's try something different. So that will force d6, I think. Oh, he unpins. Unpins. So I can trade the light squared bishops now if I want. I think, though, I want to just get castled. So if I put the bishop here, he can't kick it immediately. He has to play a couple of moves here and then here. And then I will get castled. That's what I wanted to do. And then get more pressure on the d-pawn. He's going to have to move that d-pawn eventually. In fact, I'm not sure why he's so reluctant to move it. It is the most natural move. So I push this pawn. Knight goes here. I take the bishop. He takes, and then this knight is in trouble, it seems. I could play here. If I put a pawn here and then push this pawn, this knight can't go here. It might go here. And let's lift the queen up first. I want to be able to put a rooks behind the queen and behind the pawn. Let's see, another idea could be to take here and bring a knight out here, hitting his bishop. So he does want to kick my bishop. He's preparing b4. I'll go here, play b5, and then I'll go back here to make this pawn push more interesting, won't it? Let's get this rook to the center. Oh, he went that way. He kicked the knight. I see. I didn't think of that. That's true. I did not think of that. So now when I move this knight, this is loose. He takes here, hitting my queen. So I do have to take here now. If he takes my knight, I can take back with the bishop. That's the key point here. If he could take here and I couldn't take back, it's hitting my queen, so he might win a piece, but he doesn't because of that. And I didn't want to give up this pawn. This is an important part of my defense here, my offense. When his bishop goes here, I can't push this pawn. Yeah, maybe I lose that pawn anyway. But what I can do is I can play a queen here. Yeah, I was so sure he was going to push this way with this pawn instead of with this pawn that I didn't consider this move. Yeah, it looks like he manages to win this pawn anyway. And I can trade off his light squared bishop for what it's worth. I don't know. His D pawn is still backwards. Maybe it's not so bad. There is a bishop here and a rook here, and have like an indirect, be like an indirect fork. So he stepped aside with the queen. Yeah. So I put my bishop here. That was it. With the queen there, I would be threatening to take the knight. But now the queen is out, and if I go here, he'll just move his rook back. Still might be good. Should I do that? Or should I put my queen there? Not sure. know what I could do also is put my knight here. Knight here. Oh, the rook goes back here, I guess. I could put a rook here. He could put his rook here. But I could take here with check. It would get complicated. And then move my queen. He could maybe push this pawn. Yeah, I just saw that. I just saw that. Well, one of my ideas was to... I could have traded rook for... I could have traded rook for bishop. Maybe I should have done that. Now he goes there. Yeah, anyway, I was thinking about this the wrong way before. Anyway, I was thinking I could take here with check, but if I take with the knight, it's not check. If I take with the bishop, it's check, but my knight is still hanging. But it looks like I managed to save my knight anyway. Yeah, so I missed my chance. Let's go back. Yeah, when he played this pawn, I should just take the knight. Take the rook. Not only is it winning a rook, it's threatening his queen, so I might even be able to save my bishop. So yeah, I really missed my chance. Missed it. So I can take here now. Let's attack that knight. Take the knight and then take the rook. Although that leaves my rook hanging, my knight hanging rather. Well, he's done all of this to avoid pushing his d-pawn, which is the most natural move in the world. Maybe he wants to put his bishop here. That would be fine. That would be fine, I think. If I take, he could throw in this check here, or throw in rook takes rook first. I take back, and then he takes the bishop. It's okay for him. Yeah, he did that. But actually, that wasn't good, was it? I just keep taking here. His bishop is undefended. The knight is penned. So queen takes, knight takes, I take. Or he takes with the knight, I take. Either way, not good. Well, I should have grabbed the rook earlier, so this is only just compensation. So that's funny. It was like he read my mind and played the move I was saying he could play. I mean, I'm not on Twitch or anything, so he can't hear what I'm saying. I think I'll come back to this square, too. I assume he moves the rook to attack my bishop. Yeah. Come back to this square, where I'm attacking the pawn once again. And also, I mean, I'm not only attacking this pawn, I'm also attacking f2. So I'm attacking f2 once again. That's really what I wanted to say. Let's see, he can move the knight here to attack my queen. Can put my queen back here. He went that way. Oh, he really doesn't want me to take that pawn. Okay, so what we'll do is we will take this pawn instead. And then this one. So now it's a piece for a pawn, right? It's 2 versus 2 and 3 versus 4. So he's got a pawn and I have a piece. Should be good for me. Oh, 2 pieces. Two pawns for a piece. No. Well, we can keep trading, huh? If I take here, he will take there. I want to put my rook here. So I'm defending with the queen. He can push this pawn forward, but I couldn't take it, or he would just take here, and I would rather keep this pawn. And I would rather expel this queen from my camp here. So the queen goes there. So I go here. If he pushes the pawn, then I will take it. I won't take it. Oh yeah, I will take it because I go here. He goes here to mate me, and then I drop back. So yeah, we get this. This is what I want. Yeah, that doesn't work. He's trying to mate me. It doesn't work, does it? Okay, there's 2 places he could mate me, right? He could mate me here, and then I just bring the rook back. Or he could mate me here, and I just bring my queen here. Doesn't work. Oh, he gets the rook. Okay, but it's just a trade. Okay, I guess I'm going to be pushing here next. If he puts his queen here, I can, oops, if he puts his queen here, I can take it. He takes, and then I could bring my bishop here. So that's not going to help. So I'm going to work my queen and bishop over here. Oh, you went for it. Okay. I thought this would be okay for me. Got to bring my king over. Maybe it's not okay for me. His king will have to be out of play. But, well, good endgame play by Winston here. I'll have to rely on my superior king position here. After the trade, I'll go after these pawns. And, yeah, get them as far forward as possible. I've got to take these pawns. Okay, this is coming down to it. Can I push? I push, he pushes. I push, he pushes. I push, he pushes. I queen. He queens. Then where does the queen go? The queen has a check over here. Queen has a check over here. His queen will be sitting here. So after this check, king can't go here, but he can go here. I think it's a draw. Anyway, interesting game. Let's back up. Yeah, just to show you. This is, if we evaluate this, I'm a pawn down, but the advantage is black here. It's just, and the normal move here for white is to push this pawn. I don't know why he didn't do that. Anyway, and then I don't understand the computer move here. It's e4. The computer's always suggesting that. I don't quite figure that out. I guess because it wants to do the queen trade. Anyway, still a good position for black. Here, let's turn this off and go forward. A bunch of moves, because there's going to be little inaccuracies here and there, but the amazing one was here. Yeah, this is just 9.2. I just take the rook, and I'm winning. Before that, it's still an even game here. See, it's slight advantage to black. So I kept my slight advantage here. It is recommending you put the rook here. That's what I was expecting. And then it's saying I should play queen c8 or queen e6, one of these moves, to hold on to the knight. Yeah, I can't take here with check. I'll get in trouble. Okay, so that was that. And then that was just silly. And I went here instead. And then this is still even, okay. Even though he's 2 pawns up, it's still even. So that, you still have quite a bit of compensation. And then here, I'm just winning again, right? Oh, it likes moving the bishop first, but taking is good. Yeah, so advantage to black by 1.5. Let's see, what did he play? And then when he took that way, yeah, he took the wrong way. He should have taken with the queen. Okay, I guess the endgame, he has better chances in the endgame than with the queens on. Interesting. So he took with the knight, and then I took the bishop. Then where'd he go? Yeah, he didn't move his knight there. That's what I was expecting. So I moved my bishop there. He went here. That's all good. Then what did I do? I took. That's okay. Ah. And now is the point where I should bring my queen in and start chasing his king around. These pawns are a little bit annoying because they're all on the dark square, and I never found a good way to attack them. You know, what I really need to do is bring my bishop to this square somehow, which is not so easy. But if I can take this pawn, yeah, that's one point, is that I win this pawn. So towards the end here, becomes much more even. And this was probably a mistake. Let's see what it recommends. Rook c8, rook d8, rook takes b5. Well, they're all slight advantages to black. But now it's getting close enough to the end of the game where that slight advantage might be a draw rather than a win. And it likes rook c8 better than what I played. So what did I do here? I went there. Okay, it doesn't like me pushing those pawns around. It wants me to keep the pawns on and just drop the bishop back. That's the way to keep the largest advantage. So instead I played here. We get a smaller advantage. And it's almost even by this point. Still a 0.8 edge to black, but hard to win. And then you saw this endgame. I don't think there was yeah, it's just a draw at this point. No way out. This pawn is too strong. Okay, interesting game. Hope you guys enjoyed that, and I'll see you next time. Bye now.